Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and for today, I wanted to set up a new ink journal. So I wanted something that I would be able to grow with and not have to replace as often, and rather I could just add some pages to it as my collection grows, etc. And if I have a color family that has a lot of changes, then I can just reswatch that color family as opposed to everything. So after watching some other videos and getting some inspiration, what I decided on was to hit up Amazon and get a couple of things. The first thing that I got is this faux vegan leather, I guess you could say, notebook right here. It's got nice stitching. It's nice and soft. It's very, relatively pliable, not floppy, but pliable. It has this cute little button here. The button's on the spine, and this one right here. It did come with, oh, maybe it isn't here. Nope. There are some plastic dividers that are brightly colored that I likely will not be using because there's not enough to cover all of the color families, so it would be not uniform. But if I decide to add in a section of, bottles, samples, and pens, I might use the dividers for that. So I do have them somewhere. They're around here. I am going to take out this cardboard piece that protects the spine. And then it came with this paper. I likely will not be using this paper, or I might bring it to work and use it there. But it has these lines, dots, and triangles up at the top and the bottom. So if you wanted to draw a line, you could do so. It also has these 3 dots here, and I'm not quite sure what the purpose of those 3 dots are, but it's actually a relatively good amount of paper that they provide you. So I'm just going to pop that out. And the other thing it came with is, or the other couple of things. First of all, it came with this card holder. So I think I'm going to keep that, and I've got some business cards and such that I can put in here. Then it has this sleeve right here that's top loading with a flap. Again, I'll keep it and see what happens. And then a zipper pouch. So here's that. And again, I will keep that just in case. So we'll add those 3. Now, I actually went through a few rounds of this. I got one order that I thought was plain Tomoe River paper that was in an A5 pad, so I could just tear the page, hole punch it, and put it in. However, it was not plain. It was dot grid, and I didn't want a dot grid for this. So then I sent that back to Amazon and purchased this instead. So it is the loose leaf A4, which A4, when you fold it in half, is an A5. The paper color is white, 52 GSM. There's 100 sheets, which should be plenty. And this sheet does have spatter on it. But then I folded it in half and hole punched it. And when you do that and you put it in, what I plan on doing is having this be the spread that all the swatches are on. So I'll do swatches, and then I will likely secure the back pages for the next one so I can flip and either continue that color family or transition to a new color family. So that's what I'm thinking. Take that out. And the last thing that I purchased was this adjustable 6-hole punch by KW Try O. And I think this might have been around $17 on Amazon. And this is what it looks like. And it is adjustable. It does tell you on the inside where to line things up based on the size of paper. So I have it on the A5 setting. And what that did is it extended these two pieces on each side so that when I put the paper in, I can use this as a line guide, and then it is able to hole punch appropriately. And then it does have a feature right here where you can lock it in a closed position, which is pretty handy. So what we are going to do is, and this I have not planned out, so you're going to see me working in real time. I'm going to open this up. And by the way, this says the greatest paper for fountain pen. I'm just going to start with two pieces that I'm going to hole punch. So I'm just going to fold it in half, like so. Make sure it's fully in. There we go. I'm sure y'all know how to use a hole punch, but you are seeing the process in real time. And then what I want to do is, using this as a page guide, just want to plan out reasonably what a swatch area should look like. And I'm going to use this as a ruler. Where is my pencil? I do have some inks off to the side because I do plan on doing a little swatching. Oh, it's right here. Silly me. Silly me. It's another one right there. Okay. So if I were to look at number of squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go up 8. Draw a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to give me 8 squares. So 5 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with a little bit of extra at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. Now let's look at across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 is what I want to use. By 3 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is not going to be long enough. So we're going to have to do a pick up and place back down. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I got a little something there. This is, it is thin paper. I am going to need to be careful. So now that I have my grid drawn out, let's practice a little swatch. And I moved all my stuff around to film my fountain pen collection video. So here's a Kakimori brass nib dip pen. And I had a viewer ask me this question, so I figured I would share this with you. So after a while, the Kakimori nib for me got loose in the holder. I just had a viewer comment that theirs did the same. So if you have that happen, what I did, maybe don't do what I did because now I can't get it out. Yeah, all right. I put a piece of washi tape around the nib unit and then slid that in. So it created that nice snug fit. I could probably take a pair of tweezers and pull it out, but quite frankly, I don't need to remove this from the holder because that's its purpose. All right, so for this first one, I chose to be super basic and simple to look at some black inks. So I pulled out from my collection quickly the black ink bottles that I thought of immediately. However, I imagine there's probably more black ink, so we're just going to swatch 7 of them just to see what it would look like on this page. If I hate it, I will scrap it. If I want to set it up a little bit differently, again, I can scrap it and start over, which is why I'm starting with a smaller sample. One of the things, just to throw it out there, that I was considering doing is having each color have its own row and be able to then write down the pens that I've inked that color up with so that I can see which ones I have tried, which ones I have not, and then be able to look and see what my thoughts were about that pairing. So just an idea. All right, the first one I'm going to start with is Noodler's Heart of Darkness. This is one, and I'm just going to put, this page underneath just in case it bleeds through, so it's not bleeding through on my desk mat. Yeah, Heart of Darkness, I am wondering if this ink is going bad in some way, because the last 2 times I've inked it up, it has dripped out of the pen and into the cap, which is real yucky. Don't love that. But it is an archival ink, and it is very dark, which is why it's called Heart of Darkness. And for quite a while, that was my go-to black until I learned about Diatramentis black, and then I switched on over. Okay, here we go. Again, I can scrap this and start over if I want to. Ooh, that's watery, yep. Yeah, that's feathering. I believe that ink has run its course. Because when that happened with Massachusetts 54th, sorry, my son just woke up, so my dog is expressing her excitement. Yes, when that happened with Massachusetts 54th, it was not functional in a pen. So I guess I will be saying goodbye to Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, so this is Diatramentis Document Ink Black. And document ink is also an archival quality ink. So once it dries, it is there. It will not fade with sunlight or with water. So I love having an archival black ink in my collection. So yeah. All right, the next one that I'll swatch is Good Tidings. This was the Day 25 ink in this year's Diamine ink vent. And this has a nice green sheen to it. It's a rather complex black. So if you were to do chromatography, you'd see that there's blues and purples in it. Yeah, yuck. That's going to be discarded. Okay. This is a little tiny Colorverse that came with a larger bottle that will be swatched next-ish in very soon. It's a shimmer, so I want to save it. This one is called Sunspot. It's just this itty bitty. So let's see if, yeah, the Kakimori nib will not, oh, it will. The nib fits in, but the nib holder does not. This should be good though. Okay, and then the next is Birmingham Pen Company Blast Furnace. This is a black with a purple base. You can see it's not as saturated as some of the other ones. Oops. Yeah, this will be a do again. Okay, now we move on to the shimmers. So the first one is Colorverse Shiny Black in their Glistening series. You can see this lovely purple lavender shimmer at the bottom. That is quite a lot of shimmer. This was really, really, really hot on YouTube a few summers ago. Ooh. So I bought it. I inked it up. I liked it, but then I didn't ink it up again because at that point I was really exploding with my ink collection and I was exploring so many inks. I think that summer I also got into the Sailor Mano inks, like Haha and such. All right. A little bit of feathering there. Oof. Okay. And next will be Ferris Wheel Press Roaring Patina Black. Another one that I was influenced by YouTube to get. Now, I like those little plastic pieces that Colorverse uses. I just don't like taking them off. So, Ferris Wheel Press. Roaring Patina Black. Now, I am not really intending, outside of separating shimmer from non-shimmer. Oh no. I'm not really intending to have it fully organized by dark to light or light to dark, but I may change my mind at some point. Okay. Next is another Ferris Wheel Press Atlas Iron Ore, and I got this because I was looking at different online retailers that had collaborations with ink companies like Robert Oster or Ferris Wheel Press or there's another one that's not coming to me. I don't think it's Colorverse, but anywho, different ink brand companies that do collaborations that are specific to that store. And so I purchased some of the ink colors that I found to be really attractive or might fit my collection, and this is one of them. And then interestingly, some friends of mine went out to Chicago and made it a point to go to Atlas Stationers and pick me up a bottle of that ink, as well as a bottle from Robert Oster that was also an exclusive collab with Atlas Stationers. And that just made me so happy. But I'm realizing now I kind of need to commit to using this ink a lot more often because I now have 2 bottles of it. And I'm not mad about that because it's this beautiful blackish gray. So Atlas Iron Ore. Okay, so to just give the gist, this would be set up. The same grid would be on this side of the page. And if I had more blacks, which I might, I would then secure these 2 backs to each other, or back and front to each other. I have these double stick tape pieces from Hobonichi that I could put top and bottom. I could also use a roller, or I guess I could use a glue stick. I just don't necessarily have one handy. And they, like I said, they would be secured, and then I would be able to just turn the page and have the next array of black inks set up. And I would do that because there is going to be bleed through when you're putting down swatches and you're putting down more ink than what you would with a pen. You're likely going to see some bleed through, and I'm not going to get mad about that. I'm just going to plan for it. So by securing the two pages together, then you will significantly reduce the signs of bleed through. So that's my plan, and I am intending to film this process as I build this swatch book. And I also, for 2025, would like to simulate the practice of Simone and simulate the practice of Karina Loves to Plan. And I'm sure that there's others out there, but those are the two names coming to mind, where I have an intention to downsize my collection at the same rate or faster than what I'm adding to my collection. And I was this year, and I will continue to be on a quest to decrease my consumerism and really be intentional in what I add to my collection. And I also really love, I believe it's Karina Loves the Plan that does this. I really love the process of trying out an ink and enjoying it, but then passing it along if it doesn't fit what you would use on a consistent basis. I did have an opportunity to get together with some local fountain pen people, and I brought a ton of samples, and I basically said, whatever you want, take. And that was a way for me to downsize my collection, to share with others, to contribute to the community. And so I'd like to continue doing that. So I will likely compile some inks and samples and such that I may not want to move forward with after 2025, and do a couple of giveaways this year. So there's that. Anywho, thank you for joining. This was kind of a ramble, but I'm just prepping for 2025, and I'm excited and looking forward to all that it will bring. So Happy New Year. I appreciate the time that you spent watching my video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.